You're able to monitor areas of your building, your facility, without anybody physically being at the helm.
Are the place to go to be able to see the global technology providers, startups, and education series you can.
Those action events that detect objects are able to be searchable later when you have an incident that happens at your facility.
This camera here is nicknamed the spaceship for obvious reasons. So when a truck enters on the far side of the parking lot, it will integrate with our PTZ camera to allow this to then focus, rotate, zoom in on that object that is detected on the farthest side of the parking lot and then trace it throughout the parking lot. Some of the best features of the thermal camera
Can have the coolest gear in tech, but there's no way to deploy it. There's no way to implement it. Then it's not really innovative. It's something that doesn't work.
Umbrella Security exemplifies what we look for in an integration partner.
So a trade show and a show event like an ISC West that's coming up here, they are the place to go to be able to see the global technology providers, startups, and education series you can. But in that 2-3 day period, you're getting hit with a lot of information that's really hyper generalized to be able to give you a scope and an idea of what's out there. The art of the possible. The Security Innovation Hub brings together vendors, end users, and even practitioners in a practical way by simply creating the place where they can all come together without the pressure of a sales. In this arena, we will be able to understand all the risks that they're trying to solve for, dive deeper with the end users to fully comprehend it and start to build a project and a plan. Then we start to work on solving the problem.
Well, I think you're not locked into an ecosystem that isn't scalable or cannot integrate with other technologies out there. Access does a phenomenal job of creating very good image quality, high-powered analytics, but that is only as good as the system that it's implemented on. What makes Access kind of stand out is the ability, because of that open platform, we're able to have our technologies talk to each other. Because of those analytics that exist on the edge of our cameras and our technologies, you're able to monitor areas of your building, your facility, without anybody physically being at the helm. And then when it comes to after-event investigation, you're not always going to be able to see it, even if you do have personnel monitoring in real time. Those action events that detect objects are able to be searchable later when you have an incident that happens at your facility.
Demoing some of the products Access has brought to showcase here at the Innovation Hub, the Access Q6300-E. This camera here is nicknamed the spaceship for obvious reasons. So what this is actually a 4-direction multi-sensor with a PTZ camera built into the bottom. We're going to couple this with the Access D2-110. What this actually is a radar detection system, where with these two paired together, we'll then be able to monitor their parking lot. So when a truck enters on the far side of the parking lot, it will integrate with our PTZ camera to allow this to then focus, rotate, zoom in on that object that is detected on the farthest side of the parking lot and then trace it throughout the parking lot. So with this, we're going to be able to get full coverage of their parking lot space. We're going to then go over our typical bullet camera. This is the Access Q1808. This camera is your visual camera. It's great for exteriors of buildings, monitoring, who's coming in and out. You're very workhorse of a surveillance system that allows you to view entry, exit, anything going on in the area. Next camera we're going to get into is going to be the Access Q2112. It's actually a thermal camera. So thermal cameras are unique in the space, primarily used for perimeter or edge surveillance. Some of the best features of the thermal camera, it helps in situations where a normal visual camera would not. Let's say there's a lot of fog or it's raining real heavy. A thermal camera can see through that, where your typical image camera will not. You can use a camera like this to allow you the ability to pull exact temperatures from different points on a machine.
The live demonstration environment, rather than like a presentation, is really getting you to witness the possible with your own eyes and maybe even test it with your own hand. Technology that's not something that you can implement in your space with your current team, training, facilities, IT, you name it, is not really innovation. What I mean by that is you can have the coolest gear in tech, but there's no way to deploy it. There's no way to implement it. Then it's not really innovative. It's something that doesn't work. If it doesn't flip your pancakes the right way or stir your porridge the right way, it's not going to give you the meal you were looking for. Same thing in security. So a live environment gives you the ability to see the technology up front and in person. When there's a use case being discussed, we can actually simulate it and then start diving deeper because you want to see the flaws. Live experiences will give us that intelligence that a presentation never will.
Well, I think Umbrella Security exemplifies what we look for in an integration partner. Axis is a two-tier model reseller. We do not sell directly to clients. We rely on our partnerships with our integrators and our resellers. I've had the pleasure of working alongside Umbrella on several projects now, and I think they exemplify professionalism, knowledge of our product, where we're not just doing a out-of-the-box type installation. Every installation is customizable to that customer's needs. I think Umbrella brings not only knowledge of Axis products, but the ability to be malleable with the type of physical security design customers need. While I think better evidence, faster processing is always going to be the foundation of any physical security technology, and moving forward, that's always going to be a priority. I think actionable intelligence, operational awareness is what most end users are demanding from a system. It's one thing to have a camera process a scene fast, have analytics process, but more importantly, it's taking all that data, all that information, and be able to use it in a real-world function. The benefit of having an open architecture platform is that as technology grows and does become faster, this technology is definitely scalable. You're not locked into the same ecosystem. So as technology grows, we're poised to give the end user a type of environment that you could grow along with it. One of the other technologies I wanted to bring up, which is very important to not only our government clients, but our commercial end users as well, is cybersecurity. A camera is usually the weakest point of any network solution. Having a system that is cyber secure is paramount to any government installation. And how do we do that at Axis? Well, we have a hardware system called Axis Edge Vault, which creates cryptographic keys that allow a camera that is Axis to be identified as a specific Axis camera. That gives the end user and the integrator the knowledge and security to know that when you plug an Axis camera into your system, that Axis Edge Vault software is going to do signed firmware and signed OS verification to make sure that it is indeed an Axis camera, that it hasn't been tampered with. That combined with signed video gives our government end users the ability to say that a video that is exported is indeed the original copy. That can be used in court, but it is also important to know that video hasn't been tampered with AI in any sense or fashion.
Visit Umbrella Security to see how modern surveillance can be designed for your environment. Schedule a consultation or a live technology walkthrough.